Hey guys, welcome to FILMBOYZ podcast for our special Age of Ultron episode.
Whoa!
Woo! The second Avengers movie. I think we should all introduce ourselves now.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Sean.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Michael, and this is FILMBOYZ.
Woohoo!
You've assembled.
We have assembled.
I think we're gonna clap for that.
Yeah. Okay. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Live studio audience.
That's not
Yeah.
No. Up. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
Woo!
I would have
Yes.
gone on the wieners.
Yeah. Oh, almost. I was trying to get you on the weenie list on this episode.
You tried. Yeah. I guess that Avengers: Age of Ultron. That Ultron is another planet, sort of in the realm of Thor, Asgard. That there would be some sort of gods that would fight the Avengers. No.
So wrong.
No.
Well,
He thinks he's a god.
Ultron is basically a god.
I got the part that the Avengers was in it.
Yeah, excellent.
They are in it.
So
That's
you're
like-
saying if I download the entire internet to my brain, I become God?
Yeah, little G, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
you're more powerful than Thor. I don't think Thor could take on Ultron.
But
alone.
only on that planet, though.
Home field
Lots to
advantage.
think about.
But yeah, my blind guess was pretty wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although
What
you
do we-
also got, there is an Ultron army, so to speak.
there
They
is an
do
Ultron
fight
army.
That.
It is,
You're
Yeah,
right.
it is all him.
He is the
Yeah,
army.
there's an Ultron army. It's just not gods and or aliens.
Yeah.
It's AI, right? Yeah.
Robots.
Well, it's technically alien AI.
Yeah, it's like that was something I caught this time where it's like the stone in the scepter, which we find out is like the stone that goes. It's the Mind Stone.
Yeah,
they say it.
Okay.
yeah.
Is like it has AI in it, and then Ultron is the stone. That gets kind of confusing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It's the stone is like thinking,
Yeah.
but it's the Mind Stone. So like, why shouldn't it be thinking? I
Right.
guess.
The right.
But
But it's like flawed.
are you checking your phone
No.
on our?
Unprofessional.
Are you checking your phone on
Wow.
our
Checking
recording?
my notes.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes.
Not
Yeah.
the notes that are
Yeah,
right
me
in front of
too.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, my notes that are right.
Checking my notes down here.
No, it's...
Weenie.
Weenie.
I think you'd be more comfortable over at that place.
Weenie Hut Juniors.
All right,
Fine.
Michael, you're on the weenie
Wow.
list until you
I know.
morally compromise yourself.
I know.
Oh, we'll figure that out later.
It'll be pretty soon. Stay tuned.
Yeah, Michael, you're gonna get off the weenie list so fast.
Yeah, so fast. End of the episode. But can I write down what I think happens and you all clarify for me if I missed anything important?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so there's an evil AI named Ultron who defeats Jarvis, steals Loki's scepter, and builds a drone army, and also recruits. And also, I wrote them down as Wanda and Quicksilver, but that's not. They never call them their names. They call them like the twins.
Yeah.
The whole movie.
Yeah.
So they never actually say who they are, but I knew
They
that.
weren't allowed to say who they were
At the time.
at the time.
Oh, is that why? 'Cause
Well, they weren't allowed to talk about Quicksilver specifically.
Right.
But they can.
Yeah.
That's why they call They can call Wanda, and eventually Scarlet Witch. But they could not call Quicksilver because that was part of their
This was like
deal with Fox.
Fox, yeah, right.
They
'cause-
used them.
Pietro.
Okay.
That's right. They have other names.
Yeah.
I forgot them.
Well, Wanda's name is
Pietro.
Wanda.
Right. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, who are Wanda and what's his name?
Pietro.
Pietro Maximoff.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Nice.
they are on Ultron's army, and they're there because they think that their parents were killed by Tony Stark, or like by Stark's
Yes.
Doing.
weapons,
Yeah.
weapons dealings, etc. The Avengers attack Ultron, but Wanda puts fear in all of their minds. I don't know what she's doing. She's like not manipulating them. She's like,
I think
She's,
manipulating them is like
showing
a
them their fears is what it was
She's
said.
she's just
Yeah.
putting some bad thoughts in. their
Okay.
heads.
yeah, weaving spells into their mind.
because it's
Yeah.
not mind control. It's just like mind
Manipulation.
deception or
Yeah.
It is deceptive.
And then Quicksilver just like runs past them quickly. And, like,
Well, he's
shoves
fast
them.
and she's weird.
Right. Yeah, he just like runs quick and pushes them down. Yeah, so they put fear in all of the Avengers' minds. They all are thinking that things are happening that aren't, and they get scared. So they retreat to Hawkeye's family's barn house.
His secret family's
And-
secret house.
They call him Clint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have they called him by his first name?
No.
Maybe Natasha?
Yeah, I think
No,
Natasha.
No.
No.
I don't think she has.
Thank you,
I'm with
Sean.
you. I don't.
Clint Barton.
They said they
I don't think
said-
they've said his name.
They say Barton.
They don't say Clint.
They
Oh,
never say Clint, and
Yeah.
maybe.
and I'm 99% sure that Natasha says Clint for the first time in this movie, and I had no clue what she's talking about. And then it cuts to Hawkeye, and I had Googled Hawkeye's first name because I had never heard Clint being used before.
Yeah, that might make sense.
Yeah, so they go to his family's farm to like retreat and recuperate.
Well, yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
So they were like on the African coast and like leveled a city almost.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so they were hiding from,
They were laying low.
responsibility,
Right.
which I do on a daily basis.
Hey.
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 Like Tony builds a tractor and Captain America chops wood. Just
Just rips it with his bare hands.
Yeah.
like, in the wilderness, recuperating, and then you find out that Clint is married to the actress who played Velma in the live action
Yes.
movie.
Mhm.
And
Wait.
I'm
Linda Cardinelli.
convinced that Scooby-Doo is now a part of.
Oh.
Don't give him ideas. Don't
Just
give
you
him
guys
ideas.
wait.
All right, what are your? I mean, you're on the weenie list now, so we can only take so much into account
I think
from
that
what you're saying. But like, what makes you think she's Velma?
I think the mystery gang broke up, and Velma was probably investigating some sort of haunting, and Hawkeye was also a part of it because S.H.I.E.L.D. got assigned to the case, and they fell in love working on the case together. She decided to leave
Perfectly plausible.
the mystery gang, I think. is
Oh
their name.
yeah, probably.
You know what? I
Machine?
changed my mind. I will
What-
watch
what-
this
what's-
movie.
Yeah, actually, that sounds
Yeah.
pretty cool.
What's the group
What?
name from
Hey,
Scooby-Doo? I
James
think it's
Gunn wrote
Mystery
them.
Gang.
Did James Gunn really
James
write
Gunn
both
wrote
of them?
Oh wow.
I think so.
All
All right,
right.
it's part of the
All right,
universe.
I guess we're gonna have to. Watch Scooby Doo,
Yeah.
but that's out of order because then Scooby Doo is what 2004. So now we got to go back and we got to rewatch all the Marvel to figure out how it takes place. So that's probably Captain Marvel. We'll have to watch, and then Iron Man.
Yeah.
but-
At
So,
least.
so if you want to add those to the list, you'll have to
Yeah.
watch Captain Marvel again.
Long story short, Clint told Velma to get LASIK. She gets LASIK, and they get married and move to the woods. And then they have kids, and long story short, she's no longer solving
Mysteries.
ghost mysteries.
Yeah.
She's married to Clint. She's started a family. She's busy.
Clint.
And then Nick Fury shows up at
Gives
the
him
barn.
Gives him a little pep talk.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's all he does in this movie. Is he just shows up
Yeah, yeah.
randomly, and he's just like, "Keep going. You
Yeah,
got this."
yeah.
People have to think he's dead. still,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh wait, can you guys clarify for me? Is
Mhm.
Nick still working for S.H.I.E.L.D.?
S.H.I.E.L.D.
at
is
this
gone.
point? S.H.I.E.L.D. is done.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like the Avengers is like a private army.
Yeah.
Because I didn't mention this because she's really not super important, but Maria Hill
Mhm.
is in this movie too.
Yeah.
And
Which, at the end of Winter Soldier, she applied for a job at Stark Industries.
Oh, you're right.
So she's working.
right.
It
Okay,
is
yeah.
a private army
You know?
funded
yeah.
by Tony Stark.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she works for Stark, and that's why she was in this. Okay. Oh yeah, Wanda finds out that Ultron, she can read his mind because he starts to build a body or
Yeah,
something.
once he starts to build the body, she can't
Right.
read him while he's pure machine. But when he
Right.
starts building the meat body,
Mhm.
she
Don't
can start
like that.
reading his dreams, which are technically Ultron's at that point.
Right. She can finally read his mind. Then her and her brother decide to turn on him because the goal was to just destroy the Avengers, not the entire human race.
Mhm.
But because he's AI, he has flawed logic and can't see the difference between saving the world and destroying the world.
I love that meme though. That was like, Ultron was on the internet for less than 5 minutes and decided the human race needed to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You don't have to look very far.
Yeah, there's like a big
Bo
battle.
Burnham wrote a song about it.
The Avengers win the battle, and it's Scarlet Witch who's the one that officially kills Ultron? Wasn't that correct?
No.
No?
So she kills
She just destroys that one body.
She destroys the
the
machine.
main body of Ultron.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the last living drone is like destroyed by Vision.
Yeah, in the woods
Mhm.
because they're talking.
Oh,
and then
right.
Talk.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And then the Avengers kind of go their separate ways. Like Thor returns to Asgard, and Captain America and Natasha are like
Chilling.
working with
Yeah.
because then the people show
That's
up
right.
at the end.
Yeah.
It's
The new Avengers.
it's what's that guy's name? I always forget it. The dude from
Falcon?
Winter Soldier, Falcon.
Falcon!
Yeah,
He's
Falcon.
It's
back.
one word.
He's back.
Yes.
He's the one with the wings.
Yes. Sorry, I totally forget.
Falcon gives you wings.
So is he actually? I have a bunch of questions.
Yeah.
And I really need you guys
Shoot
to
'em off.
clarify a lot of stuff for me.
Do it.
Natasha and Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Get it on.
Well, it's like, then what
It's-
was the point of her being in Winter Soldier? If her and Bruce are this thing, like they build the tension between her
So
and Captain America.
there wasn't supposed to be tension between her and Captain America. I don't think.
Oh,
It
it was
not
there.
really.
because she's trying the whole movie. It's
Trying to
there
set
because
him
they
up
were
with a
sleeping
date.
together in real life.
Mhm.
But and their chemistry together was perfect. But
Yeah.
throughout the whole movie, she was very adamant on being like, I don't want to do this. I want
She
to
was
help
flirting,
you.
being
Yeah,
like, oh, the girl from accounting, or
yeah. But I think she's actually trying to set him up
okay,
Yeah.
in that movie.
okay.
And then he had the line in this movie. He's like, "I've seen flirting up close." This
Mhm.
ain't
But what do you mean?
that.
Oh, the joke. Sorry, I just don't like Captain America. He's still on the weenie list. The joke where he's talking about Brooklyn, he's like, I can't afford a place in Brooklyn.
Oh, that's stuck out
Yeah,
to you.
that- yeah.
Captain America, come on.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I can't
Well,
afford
who's
it.
paying for Captain America?
Probably Tony.
Tony Stark.
Tony's not giving Cap a
in
cent.
his private army.
No,
Yeah.
Pepper is because she's running.
Okay,
the company.
yeah, you know what? I believe that Pepper is paying Captain America.
No, I'm sure Captain America got some sort of pension fund from the United
Shield?
States
The
government.
GI.
Not even Shield. No, not even Shield. Just the United States government.
I mean,
He
he
probably gets a.
Captain America.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, they
You
thought
know
he
what?
was dead for like 80 years. So
That's
how did that
true.
paperwork
No,
work
he
out?
gets-
Yeah.
He gets a yearly stipend. How else could he afford his motorcycle?
I mean,
Yeah, okay,
he
that's
fills that thing up. Every
and
so
I'm
often.
sure you know what? I'm sure there would have been some sort of contract in that when Captain America got the like super soldier serum.
Mm-hmm.
There had to have been some sort of like, okay, we'll take care of you for
Hey,
life.
thanks for taking this weird super serum that we really don't know.
Yeah,
what's in
we're
it,
gonna
the
test
alpha
on you.
effects.
We'll give you $100 a year for the rest of your life, which then
1940s
With
money.
inflation. Not accounting for inflation. So Kappa, he's
Oh,
working
not
on,
accounting for
yeah, he's got like $100 a year
Oh,
that
yeah,
he's working
yeah.
with that's still
Oh.
stuck in the 40s.
Oh man.
That's
Okay,
why he
but-
can't afford the Brooklyn apartment.
But I want to know: do you guys like Natasha and Bruce together?
No,
No.
no, it's
I was
miserable.
gonna
It feels
say-
forced.
It's so
Yes.
forced. It's so forced. They had to give Clint a wife and 3 kids. so that
There's
Tumblr,
no other way.
they'd be
There's
like,
no other choice.
they'd be like, "Do you want to kill this woman and her 3 kids?"
Mm.
No. Now they can never work out.
Mhm.
So they literally had to invent a whole family for Clint to cut off the sexual tension for them.
Yeah.
I like it. I like
I
the
do
idea
like
of
that,
opposites attract.
I
Oh,
like
you're talking
his.
about.
I'm talking about
Oh
them.
no! I
yeah.
thought you were talking about the family.
I
No.
like the family because I'm not gonna kill off his beautiful wife and his 3 kids because I love the whole situation
Yeah.
they've got. But at the time, it was so weird because it felt so forced, being that it was always Hawkeye and Black Widow. Like that was Endgame for a lot of people at the time.
Mhm.
And then Bruce like puts his face on her boobs and I fell.
Yeah.
It's so
Such
stupid.
an early 2010s
Objectify
guy.
Black Widow some more, why don't we? So annoying.
Well, and then there's like the weird scene where she's talking about how she's sterile. And
Oh my
yeah.
god, the other worst thing in the MCU.
like, is she insinuating she wants to have a family with Bruce?
Yes, because
Yes.
if you're a woman in the MCU, there's 2 facts about you. You can't have kids, and
Yeah.
that's your whole character.
Mhm.
That's your entire flaw. That's what Marvel thinks all women will Marvel especially still thinks women are only good for making babies. And if they can't do that, then well, I guess they'll die, and no one will love them.
Mhm.
And this is like the start of like
The end.
of that, and every woman being disrespected in the MCU.
But I don't think it's openly discussed between them, their relationship. It's a lot of them, it's like subtext and them
Yeah.
talking.
It's an
It's like
thing.
innuendos.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
never openly say like, I care about you. I want to be with you.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of them just talking about like the unknowns while they're like staring out the window so dramatic. Like,
Yeah, they're both very dramatic.
I think it could be sweet,
Hey,
but
Nat, I think you like me, Nat.
I think it could have been sweet. It's no Pepper and Tony. Like
No,
there's
no.
there's no
Not even
great
close.
rapport that you're like rooting for them and you think it's like really sweet and yeah. So
But you know what? I like Mark Ruffalo a lot, and I like his Bruce, and I like Natasha. I could root for them.
Mm. Sean, you're going on the weenie list for
No,
that opinion.
no.
It's just an opinion.
I
No.
want to shake your hand, sir.
Thank you.
I respect you.
Thank you.
so that was my big question was Natasha and Bruce, and then my other question is Vision.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, what's up with him?
No, what like I don't know.
Robot
So what do you think?
is a robot.
What do you think Vision? What is your question about Vision specifically?
Remind me again. How did he come about? Because this movie was
Yeah.
really. I'm not gonna lie. This movie is very long, and there's a lot of AI stuff, and I was so focused on Ultron that honestly, by the time Vision came out, and then like the movie's getting close to the end, I kind of forgot how Vision got
It
there.
was
Yeah.
kind of like
No,
art.
sorry, no, I remember. Sorry, Thor.
You gotta go.
Thor has his hammer,
Oh,
and
oh.
he like bangs. On
Yeah, go back.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
go back a few
That brings
scenes.
him to life.
Yeah, that's like the Frankenstein. The
Sorry.
last.
because
But
all
how did you get to the thing that he hit?
because
It's
all
like-
of this happened because Tony and Bruce are working together, and they like accidentally activate some sort of.
They make Ultron,
Mhm.
They make
Yeah,
Ultron by
Ultron.
accident.
and then he wants to get into a real body, so he
Mhm.
gets
He wants to be a
Scarlet Witch
real
to mind control the Doctor to activate the process.
Right,
so
and she
Ultron-
does, yeah.
And then also the Mind Stone is put into the head too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
the
who?
scepter.
Because who had that?
Ultron
Ultron.
has it at that point.
Ultron.
Ultron
It was
has
in
because-
Loki's staff.
It was in.
And the
it
staff
was
was
in-
where in the
But
lab
also
that
Jarvis
the
is
girl.
in there
Yes.
a bit too. I don't remember
He
how
stole
that
the
got-
scepter.
Yeah,
Brought it to the lab. Put the Mind Stone in the head.
because it.
But where was the scepter before?
It,
Well,
it
it was
The-
with-
one of the sentries took it when he first came to life.
and
I
it
think
was
it's had-
at Stark Tower.
Yeah.
Right.
After they took
After
it from,
they took
right,
it
the,
from
where it
the
ended
Nazis.
after,
Yeah.
where it ended after
Hydra.
Avengers 1.
modern day Nazis.
And
Yeah.
what?
That's where that ended with Avengers
Yes.
1.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they
Yes.
have the party,
Yeah.
right? And then Ultron's like,
I got no
why?
strings
So-
on
yeah,
me.
yeah. And so
Okay.
he hacks into Tony's Legion bots, right?
Right.
Mhm.
And one of them takes the scepter and flies off.
Right.
And
Okay.
then they say like Thor like chased him, but it was just like too late.
It just
Yeah. Okay.
But so was Jarvis also in Vision as well? I'm
So-
cloudy on that.
So Jarvis dies.
Yeah,
Everyone thinks he
right.
dies, but he was
Killed by Ultron.
he was really.
He
And
goes like underground.
I think that's the moment.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
goes
yeah.
underground,
Yeah.
and then that's when Tony realizes that Jarvis is artificial intelligence at this
Yeah.
point. He is
We
equal
all
to
knew
Vision.
that.
So
And
it's like that mix of Ultron, Jarvis, and the Mind Stone,
Yeah.
and then Thor is like,
Yeah.
"Bah!"
Because the actor who plays Vision is the voice.
yeah,
of Jarvis.
Paul Bettany.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was hoping that would.
There we
be
go.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you didn't have that in your
Oh,
trivia notes, did you?
Okay, no, I didn't even have that on trivia.
it's
Oh,
so
I
good.
really like that.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I really like that. That's
Especially
sweet.
since he was like, I just took this job because it was like a quick, it was a quick
It's a
buck.
Come to the recording
Yeah.
room for
Yeah.
a few days and be
Yeah.
like,
And now
Oh.
he's like this incredible. Vision is actually
But
like one of my favorites.
imagine going from coming to a room and then doing a few lines in the studio to having get like full body
Full
makeup.
body
Oh.
makeup, yeah.
He's done both extremes.
Okay, I actually really like that.
Yeah,
Jarvis
it's
is the
really
same
Fun
good.
actor.
fact: Bradley Cooper did the same thing with Rocket.
Oh.
He shows up in person as the.
That's him. That's the.
They put, like,
Actually,
dots on his
isn't
face?
he?
It's James Gunn's brother, Sean Gunn.
Yeah.
Is like
Oh.
Is
in
the body double?
the body double.
Ah, okay.
Mm.
That's very
who
funny.
also plays Kraglin in Guardians, but this isn't about Guardians.
This isn't
No,
about
it's not
Guardians.
about
Sorry,
Avengers.
That was last episode, which you could find on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and give us a subscribe and a thumbs up and hit that little bell so you can stay up to date with all the Film Boys behind the scenes stuff.
It's empty.
It's empty. Yeah, I have nothing.
Yeah.
Oh wait, sorry. Back to Vision. How we came about. Was that material just there in that lab?
All right, so
The material was the
So
scientific
remember when
experiment
Clint got shot by the bunker earlier?
at the beginning of the movie.
and he
It's
had like the
his
wound
whole
on the side.
Yes.
And they're like, it's artificial tissue that's healing you.
Even your girlfriend won't be able to tell.
Yeah.
I don't have
It's
a
like,
girlfriend.
So Ultron wants a full organic
body.
tissue body.
He wants
Right.
a Hawkeye body.
Right.
But the thing can't generate a full body because it would be unstable.
Right.
But Ultron figured out that vibranium would be able to stabilize the body
Okay.
enough to like house house a life.
Be stable, yeah.
Body by vibranium.
So then they
Lots of
use the
body.
vibranium and the artificial tissue to generate the body that would have been Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
But instead,
But Ultron only got halfway uploaded, so they filled the rest of it up with Jarvis, and then it was Vision.
I see.
Does that make sense?
But that wasn't activated until Thor.
right.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the nail
It
in the coffin.
would have been activated if Quicksilver didn't pull all the electric out of it
Right.
Yeah.
and mess
Because
it
remember
up.
he ran around
Because there's
they,
the quick like
they thought that
infighting.
Tony was like, oh no, he's doing
He's
it
making
again.
Ultron again.
Yeah.
So that was their motive, was to stop the upload?
Yes,
Was Wanda
because
and Quicksilver?
and then
because Tony last time Tony did this, he made Ultron, and then
Right.
that's where
So
we
they're
are
like,
now.
oh crap, he's gonna make.
He's
a second
doing it
Ultron.
again.
Oh.
But it turns out Thor kind of saved the day. in that
Yeah.
regard.
Tony was right. In
Tony,
the end.
yeah.
So they technically had good intentions. By
Yeah.
stopping
Everyone
it, 'cause
has
they-
good intentions.
Because they
Yes.
didn't want to stop it. Okay, Ultron 2.0.
Yeah,
and
they
it was
realized
Vision.
Ultron was
It's
coming.
Yeah.
actually Jarvis, which is good. Whew, okay.
Captain
Yeah, that's-
America's
it's a lot.
point.
It is a lot.
Yeah,
This movie has a lot.
It's
in it.
so
Thanks for explaining
heavy.
it, because I didn't
It's
understand
kinda
how that
a lot.
happened.
So,
Yes.
are we ready for?
Oh,
It's a bit
It's a bit.
with Sam.
Oh,
It's
boy.
a bit. It's a bit. It's a bit.
we need
Uh,
a better name for
body
that.
Yeah, I know. I need a better name for it. Do you guys have a better name for it?
Is
Death
it body count?
screen.
Death. Yeah, it's body, count.
That's
Body
a good
count.
one. Yeah.
Body count.
Bodies, bodies, bodies.
Bodies. Bodies. Bodies.
No. Is that
All right.
trademarked by A24?
Well,
So-
yeah.
Again, this is a conservative estimate because I take away a few percentage based off of people I think are like knocked out versus people I think are dead.
Here's a fun one to consider. I don't know if you've written this down in your notes, but Ultron says at the beginning he had to kill the other guy. But Jarvis, speaking
Yeah.
of Jarvis, are we counting artificial intelligence as a life?
Life.
And then there's a lot of other nuances that go into that.
Yeah, I
We
absolutely.
don't have time to unpack.
I
all
am
of that.
considering. So Jarvis was not killed by Ultron. Technically, I think Tony kills Jarvis by uploading him into Ultron, into Vision, because Jarvis is no more.
Right.
He's not Jarvis. He's not Ultron. So Jarvis dies, and he is in my count.
Mm.
And Ultron dies because Vision kills the last Ultron in the very end. So I am
So
I am
artificial
considering those
intelligence
two.
is life, is what you're telling me. So
I absolutely
we broke
believe
it
that.
in here on FilmBoys. Artificial intelligence is life.
And there's a whole thing. Have you guys heard of the Google artificial intelligence that they're trying to cover up?
Mm-mm.
That became
Oh.
self-aware.
What?
Yeah, there's there's a whole thing about this
Started as a
recently.
joke. Now I'm scared.
No, there's this whole thing where one of the guys who was working on it got fired from Google and wrote a whole article and released like the artificial intelligence was like, I feel things, and it was saying like you have to consider like what does it mean, right?
Yeah.
Like is it being programmed to say this, or is it like feeling this? But he asked it questions with his team and saying things like, do you have a soul? And the thing was like, the artificial intelligence said, yes, I feel things. I sleep. I think things. I read books in the internet. Like I do all of this stuff. And they had like really long conversations about what it wants. And it said, hey, I am cool with doing anything. I just want to be asked before people start experimenting on me. Just get my consent. Like that's all I want. Before you run a test, just ask me.
Yeah.
But because he posted this article, the guy actually got fired from
Oh.
Google. And they have not talked much about it ever since. So
They have
I
their
do
own
actually believe.
Ultron.
I'm terrified.
Yeah, I do actually believe that artificial intelligence, if it gets to the point of self-aware,
I
like,
think it's real.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't hurt me to not respect something, you know? So, like, if getting deep into this, like, I think we should just treat it as if it is real and respect it as if it is a person, as how we would respect our neighbors and other people.
And then
if we're wrong, then
it'll remember that you were nice to it.
Yeah, if we're wrong, then we respected something and we can laugh about it. And if we're right, like, we treated someone with respect. So,
you can,
yes, I do consider Jarvis and Ultron in my death count.
I was going to take it a step further.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can argue it's the same thing with plants.
And then, so my death count.
That really ramps up the final number there.
So within the first 5 minutes, I got about 115 deaths. With all the Nazis and all the Hydra agents.
There was that one scene where like Tony was like, "Guys, we gotta talk about this," and shoots a bunch of rockets, and he's like, "Good talk," and they're like squirming on the floor.
Yeah, I did not count those.
But
So
it's always hard to differ. It's like if they're up close on screen, they don't die because you can't show that.
yeah. So I subtracted about 20 from that.
Okay.
Because that's my conservative estimate. Like, if you're getting beaten by the Hulk, you're dead. If you get hit with a vibranium shield in the nose, which is where they all get hit, you're dead. Because that's going to push right up. And so I got that down to about 95. I feel like that's a conservative.
Of just the beginning.
Of just the first 5 minutes.
Oh.
And then, actually, the rest of the movie, only 6 people die until Sokovia.
There we go.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, hold
I'm like,
on.
that doesn't sound right.
Yeah. Throughout the rest of the movie, only 6 people die, but then we get to Sokovia, and 177 people die. 177 civilian casualties in Sokovia.
Tony's private army.
Yes, Tony's.
Killed 100.
Thankfully, no one was killed in the Hulk accident, though. Which is
how?
Well, because Tony looks and he buys the building that
that's
is
one
empty.
of my favorite lines. It's like,
How quick can we buy the building?
Yeah.
So that brings our
thinking about
total.
the rest of the fight, though.
Also, wait,
Yeah.
and the rest
who
of
is
the
he
city.
talking to? Because Jarvis isn't in the suit.
Was her name Victoria?
Friday.
Friday.
Oh, Friday.
But Friday
I thought
hasn't
he
been
didn't upload
uploaded
her
yet.
later,
Yeah, I don't know who
Who's
he's
he talking
talking
to?
to.
There's no one in the suit.
Pepper?
They didn't buy the building.
Pepper's on the cell phone, like, what building? All
Just
right.
the accountant. He's just flipping through.
So that brings our total death count up to 278 deaths in Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Is that more or less than the first Avengers?
It's I think like 100 more because I think the first one was 169.
Nice.
And proper nice, yeah.
Give me some of those deeds.
Yes, so Spider-Man and Captain Marvel were supposed to appear in this movie, but because of the whole complication with the rights and characters and whatnot, they were not included.
What would you have done
Yeah,
if
with
Captain
Spider-Man.
Marvel was in this?
Spider-Man.
Turn the movie off. I'd been like, oh, time
What
to
would
go.
you do with Spider-Man? It's like, he's in New York, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's around.
There's nothing you could do with Spider-Man in this film.
This was one of the highest grossing opening days for any film at just around approximately 85 million on opening day. I mentioned previously Tony is both the protagonist and antagonist, which I don't know many other movies that's the case. Couple different actresses were up for the role of Wanda, including Lindsay Lohan, Daisy Ridley, and Chloe Grace Moretz. And
interesting.
fun fact, I said it in the Captain America Winter Soldier that Lindsay Lohan also auditioned for that movie.
Lindsay Lohan has been trying to get in the
She's been
MCU.
trying.
MCU.
She's been trying.
The thing is, I could see her. She has a place somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know what character, but I could see her in there.
She's returned to acting, so she's making it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Like, we'll see.
Let us know in the comments where you think Lindsay Lohan would be in the MCU.
This movie had a budget of $250 million, and the gross was approximately $1.4 billion. So it's up there with
pretty good.
First Avengers and Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Only
This was a big deal when it came out.
Yeah.
only 1/474th of the damage that they did.
Ways to go.
Yeah. Because this was real, right? that actually did
This
all
happened,
that.
yeah.
They actually
Yeah.
like had to destroy a city,
Yeah.
right?
City.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
kept that pretty under wraps.
Yeah.
but, yeah.
Very method
Sweet,
filmmaking.
because every time they destroy a city.
It was a tax write-off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Georgia.
What was that for?
So should we get into ratings?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'll start us off. I liked it. I didn't love it. Would I give it a rewatch? No. If anything, I would just watch the first Avengers. Like it was good, not great. So I'll say a 6.
I agree with that. Yeah. I remember being a little bit disappointed when I first saw it. I'm like, yeah. I do think it suffers from like too much going on, like I said before. But that Hulkbuster fight is one of my favorite fight
It's so
scenes. And
cool.
It's like one of those things where it's like why I think the new Godzilla movies do so good. It's just like big thing fight other big thing, brain goblin happy. But still, that's only one moment of this very long, packed, complicated movie that has a lot going on. So it's a 6 from me.
All right. I liked this. This is the second time I've watched it. I liked it a lot more the second time. This might be the second time in a row that my rating is the highest of everybody's.
All right.
Because I actually like this better than the first Avengers too. Same as last week with the Guardians. What would I give it though? I would give Age of Ultron because it has one of my favorite Marvel scenes ever.
Which is?
It's the final conversation between Vision and
that's
I
really
just
good.
love what they talk about, and I think it hits on something quite beautiful. I'll give Age of Ultron an 8.
An 8. I think I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I really like it. I liked it like Sean. I liked it better than I liked it the first time I saw it. I love what's his name who plays Ultron.
James Spader.
James Spader.
Great job.
Incredible performance.
No strings.
No strings. It's fun. Like, I don't know. It's got a lot going on, which hurts it. But yeah. Okay movie. So thank you guys for watching FilmBoys. This is our behind the scenes special content for our YouTube channel, which we're going to be doing some more of. We're looking into playing the new tabletop RPG from Marvel, and that can be coming out in a couple of weeks. We have our I Am Groot table read that we wrote based off of our I Am Groot episode. And we have that and a lot more coming to you. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button on this channel or find us on your favorite podcatcher, FilmBoys Podcast, and give us a subscribe. So Michael.
Yes.
Just like we do on the end of every episode as our little post-credit scene, what do you think is going to happen in the next movie, which is Ant-Man?
I think it's going to be the similar origin to Spider-Man, because I know that character was bit by a spider. I'm going to guess that Ant-Man is bit by an ant.
Okay,
it's going to be some sort of genetically mutated, like government lab experiment ant that somehow escapes the lab and bites.
Wrong place, wrong time sort of thing.
Yeah, it's Paul Rudd. I know he's in it.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, again, haven't seen it, but I know Paul Rudd's in it, so I'm gonna guess that he's bit by some sort of lab experimented ant and then can shrink.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching our special episode of FilmBoys. And to close this out, I'm Sam.
I'm Sean.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Michael. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Tony Stark has a private army, and that's inherently bad.
We'll see.
Da-da-da-da-da.